So day two kicked off with Microsoft. This was a 4:30 a.m. conference. I watched it. I got up about 6 and watched it.
I got up and watched it in bed.
You watched it live?
Yeah, I watched
Nice,
it live. Yeah.
nice.
Which I sort of regretted later on in the day. But
imagine. So
good.
this conference kicked off. Well, the first thing was obviously them addressing the tragedy in Orlando, which Sony did, Microsoft did, Ubi did.
Ubi did. Yep.
I don't think EA and Bethesda did.
No.
I don't think they did. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
No, I think Bethesda did.
Did they?
I remember the man with the scary eyes saying something about it. I think.
Pete Irons, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, was
Yeah.
it? He's like, I would have committed it if it was.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was up there, like, he was saying it, but you look in his eyes going, you orchestrated it, didn't you? Somehow this was you.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah, so that was Spencer talking about that, and then after that, they just straight up, just Xbox Slim was on the screen straight away, and he just said
It was gone.
$2.99. We got the new Xbox, and it was on screen for about 20 seconds. It disappeared. I was like, damn, you guys are really going for
So
it.
basically, I think that was down to the leak.
Yeah,
Down to it being leaked beforehand.
It definitely was.
And I think that is basically Microsoft showing Bethesda how you handle your shit being leaked before the show.
Yeah.
And they made a quip about it too. Didn't
Yeah.
Someone came out and made a joke about the leaks and stuff.
Yeah,
And
they did. I just think it was so cool the way it was just up on the screen, and Phil Spencer was just like $2.99. It was like, whoa, Phil, you go right into it, man. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
Go for it, man. Go for it. So,
So what that's going to be though, like something ludicrous, like $5.99.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be some ungodly amount in New Zealand. So, take that with a grain of salt. Then the next thing,
flops of performance.
6. Yeah, we'll talk about the teraflops later on. Xbox Play Anywhere was the next thing that I have on my list here, which is you absolutely smashed that prediction out of the park. So, well done to you. You get a 700 points. Why not?
Yeah,
nice.
It's like who's last anyway.
Who's lying, yeah.
So yeah, Xbox Play Anywhere, which is essentially. So do you need to buy? You can buy Xbox games, put them in your PC, that disc in your PC.
I wasn't super clear on that.
Yeah.
I think probably what it's going to be is like a cloud-based.
Right,
Yeah,
so
like
it's
a
all
market,
digital.
like an Xbox marketplace.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so
purchase,
you buy your disc, you put it in, your Xbox goes right on, you own that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can put it on your PC.
Maybe because then what does that mean for taking your disc down the road to your mate's place? You know,
You don't reckon it's just going to be completely digital? You can just now buy these games on your PC.
Yeah, I'm thinking. To be honest,
Maybe
I'm
it will
thinking
be
that's the case
restricted,
because
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Xbox Marketplace, you can already, like the PlayStation Store, you can log into your browser and you can make the purchase on the internet. So if you can purchase it digitally on the computer and you have an Xbox account, you're logged into it, you make that purchase, it's now tied to your account, so you can just play it on PC. So I mean, yes, there probably is an element to if you bought it physically, you can somehow get it on your PC. But I'd say if you don't have an Xbox One, you can just make a purchase through the browser.
Yeah.
I think that's great. It's awesome. That they're
I think
introducing
it's
I'm
this.
100% on board.
Yeah.
It actually made me want to go out and build a PC.
Yeah, I was thinking about it as
Yeah.
well. I was like, I get to play. Like, I'm not interested in a huge amount of their exclusives, but there are some. Scalebound.
That's pretty interesting.
I'm interested in Sea of Thieves and stuff. We'll talk about that a bit later. But it made me really keen on it. I'm super pumped for them for getting that sorted. That's really cool. I think the whole like cross-platform thing with Rocket League, them announcing that sort of spurred them on. They're like, shit, yeah, we should do this. We can't partner with Sony, for business reasons, but let's do it for PC at least, and then we'll at least have that bridge built, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's sort of when they announced that, I was like, oh, that's cool. So that makes sense in terms of like they're not really stepping away from the console market, but they're bringing PC and console a little bit closer.
I think it's an incredible business strategy. Like if you consider that, a couple of years ago this time, someone at Microsoft, I don't remember who it was at the time, but someone announced basically we acknowledge that we've been beaten by PlayStation in terms of console performance and hardware. So now we're going to focus on what we can do better than Sony, which is, delivering this whole multimedia experience in your living room and everything in your living room.
Yeah.
So I think it's damn fucking genius that the logical next step is like, so we're not going to continue to try and push the Xbox as the more powerful system. PC's already more powerful. Just play your Xbox games on your PC.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking genius.
Yeah.
I'm on board with Microsoft. I'm maybe becoming a Microsoft fanboy. They're making all the right moves.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, the more powerful thing does get a bit retconned when we get to the end, but we'll talk about that when we come to it. So that's really cool. Awesome announcement from Microsoft. Gears 4, a little bit of footage of that. Looks nice, looks fine.
What I expected.
Visually pretty.
Yeah, it's just looks
Except
like
for
more
the
Gears.
desaturation of everything. Like, visually pretty for a black and white game.
Yeah, it looks fine. I've played Gears of War 1 and 2 through. I did co-op with them and I enjoyed them a lot. It was good fun. There was something I noticed was right at the end of the Gears section there was a bit where some female character was killing someone horribly, one of the locusts or whatever they're called down the swarm, and she just said something, swore some horrific series of curse words at the locust dude, and there was just silence because they just muted it out because they wanted to obviously be a family friendly. The violence obviously doesn't matter.
Word, and they regretted it, so they had to use it. They're like, "Oh no, we can't get away with this. We changed our mind."
It was really jarring because she was just like, "I'll burn all your down," it was like, and then it ended. I was just like, "What?" It's like those radio friendly versions of like "Stand" by Eminem or something you'll hear where it's just half the song is just it's just complete silence. Very strange. Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah, 50-50 on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that.
You like
it?
it?
Looks good, man. Yeah, as I mentioned to you guys briefly, I love like games where you can explore a different country, like a non-fictional land.
Sure. Yep.
I love that sort of stuff because I just love going traveling and everything like that. So I played a wee bit of Forza Horizon 2. I think it was in Italy, and I had a blast. I really enjoyed it, just cruising around the Italian coasts and through the vineyards and things, like literally through the vineyards, destroying their crops, their vines. It looks. I'm pretty pumped for it.
It was a bit jarring for me because they showed off that sort of like the co-op play where you can just kind of call people into the race area and that kind of thing. And so this guy's rocking along in like a big off-roader, and he calls in his mates, and his mate is in like a Ferrari sports car kind of thing, and he's rocking along a beach. And I was like, that wouldn't happen, And so it just. I'm too much in the sim mode, and I can't. And as far as car games, it's difficult for me to make allowances that aren't real.
Fair enough. I'm just a massive arcade. I love arcade racing. When it's good kind of thing. So I'm for it. If I can build a PC gaming rig and this whole play anywhere thing, I'll jump in and play that. Why not? That'd be awesome. And Australia, I've never been to Australia. Surprisingly enough, it's right beside us, and I've never been to Australia. So there you go. Been to the UK and America and Canada, but
not Australia.
Yeah.
The big middle finger to Australia.
Well, I'm going to Brisbane at the end of this year for a concert, so that'll be good. Yeah. No, I love Australia. I don't have anything against them at all. Great. What have we got? Recore. So this was out of left field as well. I wasn't really sure what this game was.
It came and went in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, there was bugger all shown last year. And then when they showed it off this year, it looks to be a platformer. Which I'm all for. I love platformers. So
I'm interested in it.
Yeah. It looks really interesting.
On PC.
I thought it looked a bit rubbish last year because it was just like it looks just like Dog from Half-Life 2.
Flying balls of light.
Yeah. It reminded me of Half-Life 2, and then that relationship, I was like, I played this, and Valve did it better. But this actually looks
Valve did it better than this unreleased game that I haven't played and don't know how they've done it.
Yeah, and the former game, which will never have a sequel.
Yeah,
and wrap up any sort of closure. So I'm interested in Recore. Looks alright. Final Fantasy 15 on the Xbox conference.
Yeah, we got the little square logo coming up, and I was like, that was very
strange.
I was thinking it was going to be something else. Well, I mean, I saw the square logo, and I was like, Hitman?
Yeah,
Deus Ex?
Yeah.
Of which there was nothing.
No, there was no Deus Ex. The demo, I'm getting my demos mixed up. So the demo they showed on the Microsoft one was
the Titan trial demo
what
with someone who's clearly never held an Xbox controller or played a video game before.
What the hell was going on there? He just kept getting slammed by the Titan, and it did not look good.
The only thing that demo showed me was that this is the easiest game that's ever been made ever, with an unlimited forgiveness meter for you fucking up.
Yeah, no, that must have been some kind of demo code, because he just was not.
He was terrible at
figuring
it.
that out.
He-
Yeah.
Who was he? Was he a developer?
He was just a dude from the audience. And he wasn't.
Just a vagrant from the
He's
street from Los Angeles.
Some ruffian who was like, "Let me play." Torch the place.
Yeah, that did not make the game look smooth, fluid, or anything.
No,
like
it
that.
didn't. The game itself seemed to run pretty well, but I'm assuming they were running that on an Xbox.
Wow, you take that with a grain of
I mean,
salt.
yeah.
At their
Yeah.
conference, you'd assume so.
Yeah, well, they tried
Might
to
have been a
prove
PC.
that they were doing these things. We'll talk about that in the Sony conference as well, because there was some interesting stuff. Because people have always said this isn't a live demo, and they tried to dispel those.
pre-rendered.
Yeah, there were some interesting things going on there. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15 for some reason on Xbox.
Maybe that was
showed
why
on
they
Xbox.
got such a bad guy to play it. They're like, we want to prove that we're playing this live on stage. This isn't pre-recorded because
Yeah.
you wouldn't show
But
that.
is because Xbox is not popular at all in Japan, right? At
No,
all.
it's not.
Like,
No.
They've got a tiny corner of the
Yeah.
market, and literally, if you go into a game shop, there's a tiny corner dedicated to Xbox.
It's got like the least sales,
Yeah.
like ever. Like I saw some figure recently where it's something like classic Wii games are still getting more sales in Japan than Xbox One games.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So either Xbox is trying to take a bit of the Japanese market, or the Japanese developers are trying to get in on the
Yeah,
Xbox scene. Which I don't know which one it is. They both seem pretty strange. But yeah,
The game
interesting.
the game itself though looks just more like the game itself.
Yeah, just more Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good to you guys. It just looks like Final Fantasy to me, so I thought it looked a bit rubbish. But you guys are probably, I'm sure it'll be good. Battlefield 1 again. Early access on Xbone, as we all had come, because it's been pumped on Xbone as much as possible, kind of thing. That's the
It should be said also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but every single one of these would come up with, at the start of the trailer, would have a big thing and be like, exclusive to Xbox One or whatever.
And Windows 10.
Yeah, and Windows 10.
That was because they used to come up with the Xbox exclusive to Xbox One, and now it's just the same soundbite they've just added on, and Windows 10.
Yeah. And that one there was, coming early to Xbox.
Yeah.
Windows 10.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just
Battlefield 1. Early access, which no one should. No, if anyone gives a toss about it, I have zero respect for you for early access, because why? Ridiculous. Xbox One now has the ability to play background music.
people love that, eh?
Oh,
in the crowd, they
people
were
were-
like pumped for it.
Yeah, I talked to my flatmate about it. He's like, "Wait, it couldn't before."
yeah. It's one of those weird things. Like it's the same as I had the thought when it was announced. It's like, but the PS4's had that since launch, and then I'm like, but has it?
Yeah,
I've just it's one of those things where I thought, it's like, actually I don't know if any console does or not at this time, because I've never tried to do such a fucking pointless thing. Like,
I have used that feature. PS4, it had that ability, but it didn't have the ability to put in flash drive, external hard drives, so you couldn't.
That's right. Yeah.
You couldn't. Now PS4 has Spotify, so it's like the best thing ever. You just go and load that up and play that in the background. So it's amazing. You can have any song you want whilst you're playing. If you're just playing some mindless game. Say I was playing Max Payne 3 again. I'll just chuck on Spotify and just listen to whatever I want. The newest song from Wiz Khalifa.
I love it. Yeah, some bit of Drake or something.
Yeah. I only said him because he was one of the people playing Battlefield 1. That thing was in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Apparently, it's a cool thing.
oddly,
Xbox One is
it's big enough of a thing. To me, it feels like the kind of thing that they just release on a patch and it'd go unnoticed.
Definitely would. Yeah.
But they announced it at E3.
Fair enough. I mean, people were hyped for it, as you guys mentioned.
And they obviously, it's like Sony, they knew their audience.
Yeah.
They knew that they wanted that, so they announced it at the show.
Yeah, they're just like easy enough for us to do. Why not? Why didn't we do it before? Give two people 3 days to work on it. Boom, done. After that, we had Clubs on Xbox One, Looking for Group, which worst name ever. Come on, and Arena on Xbox or Xbox Live. So it looks like they're sort of building platforms for multiplayer kind of thing. I guess they're trying to really push that
Just have more of a
social
community.
element,
I think is cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool as well.
There's, these games can all sync up with one another and whatnot, but there's never a way, I think that's where kind of console falls down as far as an online experience, is having, clubs and factions and whatever you want to call them. Yep. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's great. It was a bit like when they came on, I was just like, don't don't really care. Like, it's fine. That's what it is, kind of thing. But yeah, it's good. It's good for them. Good on them. God,
can we just skip this bit?
this was the only sort of. It was the only. Yeah, it was the worst part of the conference by far. So Minecraft now has crossplay, and it's gonna be Oculus supported. So the Oculus guys came out. No, wait, did the Oculus guys come out on this one? Or was it Ubisoft? Can't remember. Anyway, Oculus is now supported on Minecraft, and the stage actors were horrendous. They were terrible. Let me see if I can quote one of the lady's things she said verbatim. Xbox One achievements on my iPad on stage at E3. Wow, that was. I was like, please just end, just end my life.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It looks. You guys don't really care about Minecraft, do you?
Not even a little.
No, not at all.
I know someone's pet peeve is Minecraft is you.
Yeah, yes. If Minecraft could just stop, like being a thing, then that'd be great.
If the hundreds of millions of people who play Minecraft could just be like, nah.
It's all kids, right? And like it's exemplified by the fact that they called it the friendly update.
Yeah, the friendly update. That was weird, eh? That was real weird. I was like, is this Hal from like Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
What's going on? The unfriendly update?
Yeah, it was strange.
Very odd.
Friendly update to me just sounds somewhat pedophilic. Here comes Uncle Friendly.
It sounds to me like a Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
Very strange wording there.
So this would just be the friend update because Nintendo never quite nailed translating from Japanese to English correctly.
That's true, yeah. So that is what it is as well. Now this is awesome. This is one of my predictions. Boom, got it. Nailed this. Inside by Playdead Studios, Norwegian guys who did Limbo. New game. Inside's coming out June 26th. So soon.
Yeah.
So soon. This is one of the things I was like, I should really get a PC, like a good PC, so I can do the whole crossplay thing, because this is awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of new footage out. I haven't watched any of it because it'd be mad spoilery. I watched the small amount of footage they had at the conference.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. Just it's coming out so soon. I'm so stoked. It's one of my favorite things.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was VR, was it?
No, it's not VR. No, it's a platformer. Inside. It's a sort of very bleak looking.
Was it the side scroller?
Side scroller. Yeah. Very bleak, kind of industrial looking
I'm totally
platformer.
The wrong thing.
It's it looks great. I'm so well keen for that. As I mentioned before, Limbo is one of my favorite games. So hell yeah. Reggie's just having a look at it now. Do you remember that at all? Do you remember them showing it? They didn't show it for very long. But I was like, they didn't show it at all last E3.
Oh,
like,
right.
What's going on with this?
Yeah, I got it. Very bleak.
Yeah, I'm well keen for that. I love bleak stuff. It's awesome.
Have I got a gaming generation for you? It's been the past 10 years.
Yeah, true. The generation of blue-grey.
Yeah.
Also, a highlight of mine for the Xbox conference, We Happy Few, which they demonstrated last year, which looks very Bioshocky, awesome Bioshocky vibes, like the original Bioshock. So this game looks to be like a controlled society where they everyone has to remain happy, or else it's
they were all on drugs. And
everyone goes mental. Yeah. And they're freaky looking people.
The aesthetic kind of reminded me a little bit of Dishonored in a way, like the proportions of the bodies and things.
Yeah,
it was a little bit
like the larger hands.
Yeah, it was a bit strange, but it didn't really tell us anything about what the game was.
I got a really good glean of the tone and kind of what.
Yeah, absolutely. The tonally, like, and the premise, but like, what do you do?
I assume you're just a dude who's rebelling against the sort of medicated society where they're just trying to keep everyone in line by giving them these joy pills that keeps everyone happy, and this guy's like that was brutal when he was looking at that newspaper image and he just starts to break down. I was like, wow, this is pretty extreme.
Yeah.
And then awesome ending where he goes into hit the pinata and then he hasn't taken his joy pill and he starts seeing them all feasting on this rat carcass.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, he's a downer. And then they all start chasing him and stuff. I was like, whoa, this is intense.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, super Bioshock 1 feel. Can't wait for that. Do you guys know if that's exclusive? I don't think it is, right?
It was in the Microsoft one, so I almost...
You reckon it is?
Microsoft one.
That was one of the games that they purported as you can play, you know, you can play it preview or whatever that thing they were talking about was. That was I was like, that's a weird game to do for that thing. Like,
yep, it's an exclusive.
Bollocks.
Yeah. Another one for the PC.
Another one for they're going to win me over. They've done it. They've done it. There's too many good games.
Doesn't surprise me because BioShock was originally an Xbox exclusive.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
For 2 years or so.
Oh, wow.
It was a Xbox exclusive.
I might have got
Xbox
that
and
wrong.
PC. Because I believe I played it on PC, BioShock 1 originally.
Hang on, I might have
You know
got that
what?
wrong.
I think it came out on PC at the same time as PS3. I think it was a
Really?
couple of years on Xbox. So I may be wrong there, but I know definitely it didn't come to PS3 for a long time.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I own a copy on Xbox, but I played it first on PC, so I'm not too sure. What's the verdict on that?
It doesn't look as though it is, but I think it might just be PC.
PC and Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay. You might have sold me there, Microsoft. You might have me hooked. Might have to build myself a PC.
When we had the super enthusiastic CDPR guy.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that guy before. Can't remember his name, unfortunately, but yeah, he's just stoked, eh?
He
he's
came out on
riding
stage and he
that-
was like bouncing around on his feet. He's like,
He's just riding that wave of hype, of goodwill that CDPR have generated with their awesome games.
Yeah.
So good on them.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it's Gwent, which isn't the most exciting thing in the world,
No.
but people who like Mike, our mate Mike, the infamous Mike,
The infamous Mike, yeah.
he's super stoked for Gwent.
Yeah.
He can't wait for Gwent to come out.
I
Love
play
Gwent.
Gwent way more than I would play the Elder Scrolls card game.
Yeah, I would too, actually, because Gwent it's really it's smart. It's got those sort of like meta jokes on the cut. The descriptions are really quirky and funny, and so yeah, CDPR know what they're doing. So that was Gwent was coming September. So that'll be cool. I probably won't buy it, to be honest, but good on them. I'll give them some money because I just like giving them money. I'll just find them on Facebook and be like, hey guys, how can I send you some money?
Yeah, what's your bank account number?
Yeah, I'll send them a New Zealand $20 note in the post. Tekken 7. So when Tekken 7 was demonstrated on the Xbox conference, I was like, what the? Like this combined with Final Fantasy, it was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's really strange.
They must be having a push into that market.
Yeah. The either the Western into the Eastern or the Eastern into the Western. I'm not too sure which way it's going, but Tekken 7 looks just like every single other Tekken I've ever seen in my life. It looks fine, I guess.
Jin beating people up.
Yeah, just
Was that a
rock explosions when you punch people?
Yeah, it was Heihachi.
Heihachi and some dude. Yeah, it wasn't even Jin. It was, God knows. I don't know the lore of Tekken. I don't really care. We'll move on.
Yeah. Speaking Scalebound, which is the next one on the list, sort of in a way to me feels like a JRPG as well. Is it?
Well, that's see. I when I saw it originally, I thought that looked a pile of wank. And then I saw it this year, and I was like, "Damn, that actually looks like Devil May Cry." Like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I can see the appeal now, and I understand it looks like a good game. Like, the guy still looks like a bit of a tosser.
He does. That's the thing that gets me. Like the game itself, I'm interested. Like I said, that was one that I'm glad I'll be able to play on PC now because I was interested in Scalebound. Scalebound was, something that made us almost keep the Xbox One after finishing Tomb Raider.
Right.
But I was like, no, it's not really worth holding on to for like a year and having it depreciate in value, which it now would considerably with the Xbox Slim. So I sold it at a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, it doesn't matter how good the game looks and the gameplay looks. That character looks like a fucking just knob shine. Anyone who just sits there with headphones on perpetually is a fucking dick.
He puts his headphones on to when the battle gets really intense and he wants to concentrate.
Yeah.
That's just a weird idea. It reminds me of the vibe, like his attitude reminds me of why I think Sunset Overdrive is rubbish. It's that sort of look at us being super meta. I would be surprised if the Scalebound guy doesn't talk to the camera at some point. Oh, but just tone it down. It also reminds me of what I thought Delson from Infamous Second Son was going to be like, and it turns out he
wasn't at all.
He had this dirty ass smirk on his face. And then I played it. I was like, he was actually a pretty good dude.
Yeah,
quite enjoyed it. Yeah. So Scalebound, it looks a lot like Devil May Cry. It's platinum, I guess. I mean, they didn't do DMC,
they don't
right?
do Devil May Cry, but they do. They did Metal Gear Rising and
Bayonetta.
That's why I was interested in it in the first place. Is just because it was platinum.
Yeah,
like,
you're a big platinum fan. Yeah. So it's looking good. It's looking, and they said this was their biggest boss they'd ever made, which was kind of cool. It's giant crab that looked like every other giant crab I've ever seen.
Those ancient
giant enemy crab.
Yeah.
The giant enemy crab made a reappearance at E3.
Yep.
I'm going to look at every E3. I'm going to try and find a giant enemy crab.
It's probably going to be one in there now.
There's one in the Kojima trailer as well. There's a crab. It's pretty big. I'm not sure about giant. State of Decay 2 was I think is that the last thing? No, there's a couple more.
Yeah.
Okay, so State of Decay 2 which is the zombie.
This looked brutal and awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked the look of it.
Did you ever play State of Decay 1?
No.
I never played it either, but people loved it.
Yeah.
People really loved it. I think it got released on Xbox Live Arcade.
Oh yeah.
Or like that, it just went straight to that kind of program. That's how it got onto the thing, and everyone really enjoyed it.
I was just impressed by the sheer volume of NPCs on the screen. Like all them zombies was.
Yeah, we'll talk about all them zombies in the Sony conference as well.
Yeah,
all them zombies and
running and yeah.
But yeah, that.
I mean, it could look good. It didn't to me because I'm just so sick of
zombies. State of Decay was apparently really good multiplayer, so I'm not sure if the single player would be that attractive component of it. But it looks fine. I'm pumped for it. I'm sure they'll do a good job with it. Halo Wars 2, which I'm going to be honest, I skipped through.
Don't care. Yeah.
I skipped through most of it. I saw a little bit of it and I was like, visually that looks pretty good. And then just pretty much skip through it because I just don't really care about it.
It's not something that I don't think anyone really cares about. Not the game in general. I just mean I don't think anyone after playing Halo 1 and 2 and 3 looked at the Halo universe and was like, you know what I really want to be able to do? Control these units on a macro level and just have an army and send an army against... There
are some people keen on it because I know some people keen on it.
Yeah.
I just don't care for Halo anymore. I think they've gone off the rails. The last Halo I liked was Halo 3. That was 2007, I think.
I liked was Halo 2, so you got one up on
2004. Yeah, that was bloody hell. That was a long time ago.
The whole Halo Wars thing feels like a bit of a cash grab, and as far as
it's definitely a cash grab.
Let's just carry on, raping this IP for what we've
It's a RTS for casuals kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's real basic kind of thing. I remember Halo Wars was really, really basic, and some people got angry that it was so basic. But that's what it's made for people to just jump in and have a fan kind of thing. So, don't care. Last thing on the list, very last thing on the Microsoft console, very obscure trailer that they put out. I mean, everyone knew it was the console when they're like, oh, we're innovation this and all that, and then they showed all their people talking to all their people being like, what I really wanted was 6 teraflops. What is a I know it's a unit of
what is the teraflop?
What does it mean? I have no frame of reference. I even googled it afterwards. I still don't understand. This is ridiculous. It can do some amount of stuff per second.
It's an impressive unit of performance.
Apparently, allegedly. So Project Scorpio is coming holiday 2017. They actually gave a window. I was like, wow, that's pretty ballsy for a piece of hardware that's still in development. So
it sounds like they've just taken a bunch of really grunty hardware that is available out there now and just kind of put it all
They've made
together.
a beastie box. I mean, I really hope it's still somewhere up to snuff when it comes out, because obviously everything's just going a mile a minute
now.
So when it comes out, are there going to be graphic cards with 20 gigabytes of dedicated video RAM?
Who knows?
Probably will be.
Yeah.
Maybe they are now.
They probably will be, but they'll be obscenely expensive.
Definitely. So. It looks cool. I'm happy for Microsoft, and I think a lot of people knew it was coming. I think it got leaked. Scorpio definitely got leaked, the name and stuff. But good on them. It looks cool. It's gonna. He said it. It's gonna. They're doing the same thing with Sony. They're like, we're not going to isolate the Xbox One owners. Everything's going to run on this and the Slim. It's just like a family kind of thing.
Which I don't quite get. What's the point in having a super powerful console if it's just going to play the same games? Might be slightly upscaled in graphics or something. But
so they're going for that 4K thing, That's a big push. I've been reading some things by Phil Spencer, and he's of the mindset that 4K is the next big step that we're getting to, kind of thing. Which is right. But as you mentioned,
I don't necessarily agree that 4K is the direction they should be going in.
No,
personally. For me, it's it's a higher refresh rate for everything,
Right.
just for more visual. 4K is higher visual fidelity, but refresh rate is something you'll more easily notice immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
As
That's
in
just me.
just lots of frames.
Yeah, high frame rate. Like because what's the average console at? Like 60 hertz.
TVs are 60 hertz. I'm not sure if the specs on the consoles are, but I think it's cool, and keeping an eye on it. Phil Spencer did a really good job.
I actually noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed, right at the end of the console, at the end of the conference, as the lights are going down, he did the full on like fist pump thing. Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
He gave his final statement, and everyone was super pumped because they just announced Project Scorpio, and he was like, blah 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 blah. That's what we've got, and then the lights went down, and he, like, you could see that he was like, "Yeah."
Did it? Oh, I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Maybe we can take a screenshot of that and use it for something.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome.
So what are you going to give Microsoft?
I gave Microsoft an 8 out of 10.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I was very impressed with Microsoft. It was their best press conference in years, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely years. Yep.
I actually would have gone more than that and given them a 9.
Give them a 9.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Microsoft. Yeah.
I also give Microsoft a 9.
Very
That
nice.
I was pretty, upfront beforehand that if Microsoft did announce a PC Xbox crossover system, then it would be conference of the show for me. I don't know if that actually turns out to be true because there was another outstanding conference this year. But yeah, I give it a 9 not for that alone. I give it kind of a 7 for that, and then the exclusives and stuff that they're getting bump it up.
Yeah. One thing we actually skimmed over, which I'd like to talk about, is Sea of Thieves. Which is Rare's game that they've been let loose from the Kinect. Thank God, because Microsoft bought Rare, made some rubbish Conquer Live and Reloaded, which was not Conquer, and I was very angry. And then they made Perfect Dark Zero, all this crap, and then they're like, hey, you guys are going to just make Kinect games for us? You're just going to churn them out? I was like, Rare, no, they're like one of my favorite developers, and they were just, it was horrible. So they're back. Rare's back. They're making a pretty sweet-looking pirate MMO.
Yeah, very random.
Yeah, came out of nowhere.
We call it an MMO. Is it an MMO?
I believe that's what they're calling it, an MMO.
It sort of almost looked sandboxy to me, in that there was not. It seemed like you just put into this world and you do what you want. Like it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of MMO, isn't it?
I call it a CO.
What's that?
Boring acronym. There's only ever been a few CO online games for a while, but it's just cooperative online. So
Okay.
it's like rather than just thousands of players together, it's just like a team cooperatively working together to achieve objectives.
Yeah.
So I call it a cooperative.
I wonder
online
what
experience.
the objectives will be. Like sail and
Sail the 7 seas.
Yeah.
go and catch.
Be king of the pirates.
Real vague.
Take a bite of gun.
Well, maybe it's just a sandbox and you can do whatever the fuck you want as a pirate.
I just love the idea of it. It's so happy. The aesthetic's so bright. The way they showed it off was really cool. Like they had the people go to Rare's office, the big fans of Rare's go to their office, and then they recorded their them playing it and working together and stuff, or sometimes not working together. And it's just a really good way to show it off because it's showing
one team got straight onto it and into their ship and were like, cool, you guys are going to do this, grab the blah blah blah, let's figure the ship out and learn how to sail. The other team were like, let's get drunk.
And they started drinking. That was amazing.
It
was so good. I really hope it's not. I'm wondering how they're going to get a lot of longevity out of it. What there's going to be to do, and it's sort of No Man's Sky via like that sort of thing.
It definitely.
What's?
It definitely looks like one of those games where the fun from it isn't going to be completing objectives. It's just going to be
hanging out,
doing shit with friends.
Hanging out with mates. Like I was thinking about, like, is someone going to get really good at like raising the rigging, or like
that's their thing.
That's their thing. They're like the rigger, and
they're using the Xbox looking for group tools, and they're like, hey, anyone need a master rigger?
I'm really good at aft.
I
don't even. That's a direction, right? It's part of the ship or something. It looks great. It looks really good. I was listening to an awesome. Oh, this is another Unfiltered. Those ones that I refuse to name who they're actually by. Someone Unfiltered, the No Man's Sky Unfiltered, a company Unfiltered, which it's an acronym. I won't name them. If you just Google I think it's just Xbox Unfiltered. But there's an awesome interview with a guy from Xbox where he's just talking about playing. I think it might be that. Do you guys know that Major Nelson guy from Xbox? He's like that weird spokesman who's kind of real buff and reminds me of Lieutenant Surge.
Yeah, I always assumed like with the name Major Nelson for the longest time, I thought that he was like just some random NFL player they had make announcements for them with that name. I was just like, who?
He sounds like a Lieutenant Surge Duke Nukem type, bulky, but he's not even really. He doesn't even really look like that. But he's just really passionate about Xbox, and he sometimes says some pretty stupid shit. So there's a podcast you can listen to with him talking about, I think it's him, and they're talking about Sea of Thieves, and they got to play it early and stuff, and he was talking about how he was just chasing Phil around with a fish, just like slapping him with a fish. This sounds so good. Yeah. Like, I want to do that. I want to drink beer and slap people with fish. Sounds awesome. So yeah, go check that out. Xbox Unfiltered. Just put that in YouTube. Now it'll come up. So that's the end of the Microsoft one. Very, very good job, Phil Spencer. That was awesome.